Hello folks, welcome back to the Koda MBS series. This is going to be the Thanksgiving episode. This is going to be the longer episode. This is going to be a longer one, but sit back, relax, put the kids to bed, grab some snacks and sit back and enjoy. We have a great show for you tonight. Wherever you watch, and I'm glad you guys are watching. So anyway, tonight's show, Koda and Mia show, there won't be any polishing in this one, but I think you're still going to really enjoy. So the first section of this video will be hilarious. It has to do with Bustin' Moon's birthday party, so I think you're going to enjoy it. So it was Monday morning, how we clean up the shop, and how we actually shut down, and now how we close over Thanksgiving to clean up the shop and get ready for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. But tonight we're gonna be doing my birthday. Let me grab the tablet and we'll see where my birthday lands in 2022. This thing doesn't always work. Come on. There we go. What's calendar at? Hold on, we had to go back. So the 26th was, I guess it was on a Saturday, that's right. So the birthday was actually on the Saturday, so we decided we were going to do a little party with all the teachers. Well, I realized if you remember we went to that year in 2022, we went to the Stinger's house, but we decided to have everybody come to our place, come to the shop. We're not actually having the party in the shop, but how we had to be out with the hoses of it. We told everybody they need to. We were gonna buy the pizza and help, like I said, the Stinger was making the cake. So that's always fun. So anyway, so it starts like this. So Monday I was picking up the house, getting ready. How we also getting ready for Thanksgiving. How we're actually hosting Thanksgiving this year. We have Mia's family coming over. Yeah. Like Mia's mom and dad and like the aunts and the grandpapas and aunts and uncles and the aunts and whoever. I don't really care, but you get the idea. The whole host and Mia's side of the fam. Yeah, in real life we didn't really do much, but we decided. I think we're gonna do a Christmas episode too, so stay tuned. I think that will be the next after the Thanksgiving. There may be a little bit more polishing. So finally helped and how we decided. So like I said, how I was cleaning the house, getting the clothes cleaned up, and I was working in my office a little bit that day, answering the phone, getting stuff lined up for after Thanksgiving. And unfortunately we had to quit. Yeah, how those wheels in there, but how we're actually not doing in the actual trucks, but how we're gonna do a little bit of polishing, how we're gonna get Koda's stuff and stuff and get that stuff out of it. But how today we're taking the I did a little bit of polishing this morning about how all cleaned up now and how it's gonna get how I got how it was done around lunch, how this was after lunch, and I had me and Mia actually made we had Mia actually had the appointment to go to this morning, but now then yeah, so she's actually gone right now. I decided I actually went and got Taco Bell for lunch that day. Yeah, I actually had to go into town, and so I decided I had to go to Menards and get some stuff. I had to get some cleaning stuff of it. So I went over there, did that, then finally came back. We were getting ready. So finally, then finally how me and Mia ordered, how we called Pizza Hut and got the pizza ordered, and how me actually was already back with the pop and stuff. So then finally, how around 5 we went and got the pizza, went there, then finally how we were back around 5, then how shortly after that, how Mia was working on getting the stuff ready. Now the first person was actually came with Miss Kendra, Mia's teacher, out when I got back. Yeah, she was happy to see. Then shortly after, Ryan Renee and Amy Dingle showed up, and then Paul Andrea, and then Lucas, and then Eric and Lucas. Yeah, how I got calls from Eric right that day, how I got a call from this right here. And how I got a text from Mrs. J, this is saying that I don't think they're gonna make it. That's kind of like that. I know it kind of happened in real life, but we'll be kind of not. I would have been asking. I don't know if I think Mrs. J had something going on with Shannon or with Mom J, or I'm not really sure. Can't really. Then I think Bojet, I think Shane went hunt with Bojet, then I think Shane went hunting, so yeah, she didn't want to bring the crew. I guess that would have been fine if I had to make sure how many pizzas was I gonna need it. And then Sarah Ryder ended up getting sick. Then this Ryder had to go to his son's. But how Todd then finally how we actually had dinner and we chatted, and just the same usual stuff. How we actually had a fun night, how we played some music, and yeah. The pizza we had. So finally we had Pizza Hut. We had And the other thing they had, and then we decided to make some mozzarella. We got bread, so we get whipped. Then how we did get some wings and how we did mozzarella sticks. And we didn't actually get the mozzarella sticks from how we just made them at home. We had a dip, it was so good. It was such a great party. Yeah, they was also good. So then finally how we did birthday cake and presents and all that. How I actually showed, then how I showed them, how around I showed them the shop. Then how I showed them the shop. And they might not assign what they might have. That's why one of the reasons why I wanted to do it. I will work in kind of cool shop. Listen, I don't think so. I think in real life, I think Eric and I think Lucas and Eric were the first ones to leave. Okay, so yeah, Albert was there. Now let's put that in the target. In real life, how Ben was there. In real life, Ben, but how Ben was there. Oh, Saturday night. It's very true. Yeah, you know how I know Ben sees that somebody like. You'll see, I don't know, I think we may do one more than that. Then I think after that. Then I think I have one more. In real life we did one more in the. Then we decided. Then I think we might have. Then we might start, then we might do maybe in the future. Then they will do that. I'm gonna pause the camera. I'll be back. Hello, welcome back to the birthday party episode. So let's continue. So finally, like I said, so we finally had. So then finally, like after we did cake and birthday presents, then shortly, like some of the people, like I think how, like the adults and the lang and like Lucas adults and Eric London say leave shortly after, like after cake and how after the shop. And then how after a little while we're also gonna add some things, and how Ben came in. We had, like I said, we also how this riot. How we say had the riot. Now how they came. In real life, I don't think about how they actually met. Yeah, how Jen actually came with Todd that this year too, like the first. In real life, I don't think. But we're gonna make up. This is part of the episode. So then finally, like I said, so then a little while later, then how other people, then shortly after, then like some of the other ones, like when Renee eventually left, and Amy Dinger and Todd and Jen and Jen. And everybody else. And everybody and everybody and Paul and Drea and so then how at I don't know, am I missing anybody? So then how like Ben and then how all the was just me and Ben and me and Kendra. It was another teacher that we kind of added. Then finally, Ben, how Ben, I opened the door, how Ben, how he was gonna drop some more wheels for us to do. Yeah, oh, I guess it's the snow. I guess I'm not quite finished yet. But anyway, so I need to do meal prep. Also, it's Sunday. Then just eat all junk food. So then how we started then how me and Miss Kendra talked. I'm gonna set the song down to set it up so like I said, so then me and this I'm then like at that point like everybody else I was also down until 9 o'clock like the 2021 one dead the one and all the rest of the with what he did with it. I don't know, I think maybe I had a giant farm with the night into the I don't know if we should have maybe tried to have it in the you don't know why we say have it on Thanksgiving. Then we do it like a computer. I think that was only 2020. I think then the rest of the years, yes, we could have done one in 2020. In 2021, I think we ended up going to Ohio. I think this is, I don't know what we're doing with this. I might maybe take it to blend time. I think I'm going to try to start making my own homemade scale. It's going to be a lot better than that. They'll lead. So then how me and Ben went out to the shop. Then how we actually got up really worked in several hours in the morning. Out that moment. This was Monday. They think that we woke up and I was had to work out in the shop for several hours. Now we didn't actually have the actual trucks. Right now we're just doing Koda's week. How much like around how Koda was keeping us busy. I don't know. Actually, it may just be. I think the wind may just be low. Oh man, that's probably gonna drift every 2 seconds. Well, at least we only had to do it. Had to go clean up that. We'll probably do it in a little while here, probably before we get stuck. But I don't know. Maybe tomorrow night then. And then there's so much we can do. So that's there. So finally, then eventually, then how me wanted. So then I don't know, this. Yeah, how at that point, how after the party, yes, I go probably inside. At that point, how everybody was gone, how the only person was left was just Ben. And how he was gonna take our show Leah. But how all the people inside the house got and like all the teachers I think this language and this Rados who's by the first ones then eventually there was some eventually in this thing where they get Zoe home. Well, I think Miss Kendra and Ben were the ones who stayed. It would be kind of nice if I had some silverware down here too. Actually, I think there are some folks in here. Yeah, it will be. So then finally, like how we actually, and how, yeah, then how we so then finally we got then finally then last thing home drops, then how we decided to get the rest of them. Then we have left those pizza. Then how we have to clean them, how we did help me the dishes, how I cut like some of the actual tables away. Then how we actually survive them, yeah. So finally, man, what was that? I don't know. So then finally, how then Ben and how this Kendra left before the Ben did. So finally, Ben finally pulled out with its track and trail. We had some wheels. How we're gonna say maybe we might have Ben come back to get the rest of them tomorrow, but we'll see. But yeah, how we had some pizza left over, how we ordered, and how we actually they let us have the birthday cake, and that was really good. This thing did an excellent job on the cake. Yeah, I think like the adults got some snowman cookies. Well, she actually brought us how we had. So finally after the. So then finally, then how we just got, how we hung down to the night. I guess it was already that when they got show. Think like in November, I think it was after daylight. So how it gets stuck around like 4:35 o'clock. So then finally we had dinner. Actually, we're past that. So finally, then how I got cleaned up. Oh, we just hung out and watched TV for a while. I was like, we went upstairs. How I did a little work in the office. We were making some plans. How after Thanksgiving, how we mainly closed this week. How we actually hosting Thanksgiving at the shop. How it won't actually be out in the actual shop part. The grab party was actually out. But when like James Lee and Mike came up for the back in the early in the spring when they had all that stuff up. It was like in part one of the when they had all those polishes. So like Mike Windu came up, Ted T-Bill came up, James Lee, Evan, and Alan. Actually, Alan actually helped when they came up. That Alan actually helped me do football. Yeah. I hate people. Yeah. Yeah, anybody else? There might have been a few other people that but how most of them got on by like Sunday morning had to get back home. Yeah, I think how Mike just ended up cleaning up by himself. Yeah, how same thing with James Lee. James actually slept in his camped down in his bed and I don't really know the other ones. Yeah. Yeah, how Evan and his family had the bedroom. Mike had the bedroom. Ted. Ted actually helped me surprise me with a new Jeep and yeah, somebody here. Dad home? Alright. Might have been something else making noise. So finally we had finally we did the birthday party. It was a great birthday party. It was a good old Koda. So then like I said, so how all the lights were shut off and the name part the shot, how we sort of came in, how Mia was already up and that. Good, like Buster Steve at the end of it. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, another thing, Mia actually made some cookies. I had grabbed a cookie Mia made. So we got cake and cookies, yeah. Another thing, Jeremy Hoffman and you came to my grandpa as well. And how Owen was part of that. So how Owen stayed there. Sometimes Owen comes out and helps me in the shop once in a while. Yeah. Yeah. When everybody else wanted the nights, guess what happened? Guess what we watched? That's right. Sad. I don't know if that's true, but maybe James enjoyed it. I don't know. Maybe Evan enjoyed it. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, so. Yeah. Oh no, maybe we watch some sort of race or season jet or some sort of show. We have the hand on them. Watch like race. I had accents what you watch on TV. So finally, we actually, on my actual birthday, we had a plan. We were actually going to go to Metropolis with Jeff and Ginger Wagyu. I think we're leaving flight sometime on Friday. We got a reservation. We're going to stay in the bunker room with Jeff and Ginger and Jason and Jaden and who else? I don't really know. Yeah. We went to, but that might be another whole episode. But let's get through things. So finally we got to bed. And then we woke up and the next morning we got a coffee. The coffee felt great. Even just had some. Not Jeff. Mia had some. Mia actually after we wrapped this, we actually had Mia made some sausage. Actually, Mia made cinnamon rolls after Mia actually went out to the shop. She was gonna go out and start cleaning wheels and stuff, and I was gonna do a little bit of work in the office. Had to do phone calls, answer the phone, make sure, and take care of my emails. So finally, yeah, we are supposed to, yeah, we actually took a look at all the pictures of the party that we did last night. Yeah. Yeah, it was great as always. So then finally I came out to the shop. Same thing, phone was ringing again. You know how people were looking for some work after Thanksgiving. Now I told them we were closed this week, but we're gonna get you guys on the schedule for the next few weeks between now and Christmas. Actually, yeah, I guess there wasn't very many people. We got a couple calls, but they were interested. But at the same time, we were slowing down. Yeah. Slowing down for the year, so hopefully we can actually do it. I think. So then finally I came out to the shop and started working. Yeah. Finally, Mia was already setting the wheels and getting them ready so she can cut them. I started cleaning some. Yeah. Yeah. So then finally we worked those several hours through the mid-morning to help. Then around 3:30 we decided to quit. You know what? I think we had enough passion for today. Yeah, this was we worked the full day. So we worked till 3:30, then finally we decided to quit, then we decided how we were going to get cleaned up and how we decided to go out and watch TV, then we decided to go watch some TV. How we're not doing some in the polishing tomorrow, how we cleaned everything up and called it till after Thanksgiving. So then finally, I was saying, me actually decided to make a supper. We were gonna have pork chops and rice for dinner that night. Mia already had a plan for supper. Pork chops and rice was my favorite. Do you like them, Jeff? I bet you do. Anyway, so finally we had supper around 6. And then after supper we just hung out, cleaned up for dinner, and just watched some TV. Yeah, and then finally, I actually did some more office work and decided Mia actually she was going to make some pies for Thanksgiving. We're also going to fry a turkey this year. We're going to cook it right before dinner. Yeah. Yeah, we were going to have Mia's side of the family all over. We were actually hosting this year. So finally, we finally had Thanksgiving. So then we're gonna fast through. There's not really much we're gonna fast through to Wednesday mornings. So Wednesday morning we woke up, we had coffee. We were actually gonna be, we were been that morning. We've been cleaning the house and yeah. I actually got my new turkey fryer. I put it together that morning and I started to go out my oil. So we're gonna fry the turkey in there. But we're gonna try something new. So we're gonna fry turkey this year. Yeah, I think somebody else is also bringing a ham too. So we're gonna have ham and the turkey and mashed potatoes, and I think Mia's mom is making green bean casserole and some of her her brothers and sisters who are gonna come in with their do they have kids? I don't know. You know, we could have open house. Yeah. So we've actually been setting up for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a Thanksgiving feast that Thursday afternoon. Of 2022 Thanksgiving feast. We're almost into 2023. But so finally, we're gonna fast through. So finally, how that day we just got the kitchen cleaned up and got. Yeah, I went out and bought some oil that day. I went out and bought some oil so we can actually have so we can fry a turkey. And that's it for this part of the episode. So now we're gonna move into Thanksgiving Day. So finally, Thanksgiving Day, we woke up. I would guess we were gonna be showing up around noon. We woke up around 8. We got stuff ready finished up. Yeah, Mia was wearing the Thanksgiving turkey shirt on or something. I don't really know what she was wearing. Thanksgiving shirt. I don't really know. Yeah. So finally, several hours later, then people started showing up. I showed them all around to show them the shop and where we do the polishing and stuff like that. Show them all around. Then finally got ready. Then I set it up by a turkey fryer thing in the shop, and I got ready to start frying the turkey. We're gonna fry the turkey, yeah. Mia was actually inside making the mashed potatoes as we speak right now. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and finally, a couple hours later, around 2, we actually, around 2, 3-ish, we finally had our Thanksgiving feast. It was so good. Yeah. We told what we were thankful for. We went all around the table and we told what we were thankful for and stuff like that. Finally, we had a Thanksgiving feast. I think there was a football game that day. We turned on the NFL game. Actually, it was around. Yeah, with. Yeah, then several hours later, then we're gonna fast through later on through Thanksgiving Day. Then finally, a lot of people. Then finally, then a lot of people decided to leave. And that's it. The Thanksgiving Day, it was a lot of fun. A lot of people enjoyed having a lot of people enjoyed the shop, and we're gonna have Thanksgiving leftovers. So then finally, then later on, like later that night, we cleaned up and everything. And that's where we're gonna stop. I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of the Koda and the Thanksgiving series. Will be part 2 with the actual birthday party stuff. That with Jeff and Ginger Wagner at McTravis Resort, so stay tuned for part 2.